So it was last year when I decided to start a new hobby, which is reading. Whenever I read a book, it helped me to escape from the pressure and tension I have at work. It gives me some space to think clearly. It also gives me peace of mind. It helped me a lot to become a better person. Yes, a lot of people will agree that whenever you're doing something that you're happy, that you're passionate, and you find peace whenever you're doing it, or you really find it enjoyable, the time that you've invested in it is never wasted. Third on my list is Our Castle by the Sea by Lucy Strange. So this book touched my heart. I enjoyed reading it and it took me only 6 days to complete it. I rated it 5 stars because of its simplicity and it discussed some parts of history. It's an underrated book and deserves praise and positive feedbacks. This book is also definitely for everyone, teens, adults, regardless of age. The story highlighted some historical events, self development, love for family, and patriotism. I like the simplicity of words used by the author, which is easily understandable by kids, teenagers, and beginners. The main setting of the story is during the beginning of World War II. I also like the twist at the end. You'll easily get hooked on this story. I even noticed I'm just leafing through the pages. I find myself being in the story with Petra. Don't belittle yourself. You have your own purpose. Petra, being a small, afraid, and unnoticeable girl, thought that the name being given to her doesn't match with her personality. But when time passed by and as she goes through all the hardships and obstacles in life, she then realized that whatever she's going through is part of the process of molding her to become the person she's destined to be. Like Petra, we tend to become vulnerable with our actions and decisions. But as we get older, we come to realize the things that we have to let go and what we have to fight for. Second on my list is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is a classic of modern American literature, winning the Pulitzer Prize. The novel was written in the late 1950s and published in 1960. The plot and characters are loosely based on Lee's observations of her family, her neighbors, and an event that occurred near her hometown of Monroeville, Alabama in 1936 when she was 10. Also, this book takes the readers to the roots of human behavior, to innocence and experience, kindness and cruelty, and a lot more. Don't judge a book by its cover. Atticus' advice to Scout echoes throughout the novel as we encounter various characters, from Mr. Raymond to Boo Radley and Mayella Ewell. With our world more divided than ever, Atticus' words remind us to reach out to others, to try and see the world from their perspective before passing judgment. Actions speak louder than words. There is no shying away from the fact that religion has been used throughout history to defend awful acts. And so Ms. Maudie teaches Scott a vital lesson here. We are defined by the way we treat others and beliefs, religious or otherwise, can never justify cruel behavior. Fight with your head, not your fists. Atticus is teaching Scout that responding to violence with more violence never achieves anything. Two wrongs don't make a right. And that the only way to stop a bully is to let what they say slide over you. Protect the innocent. It's a beautiful reminder that hurting the innocent is the worst crime of all. It taught me to be happy and be open to failures at the same time. Because when you are happy, you tend to do things that are irrational. From there, you'll make mistakes and you'll get to know how to handle difficult situations. The book taught me to not judge people instantly. The way people react, the way people act based on their nonverbal cues or gestures, we as human beings need to observe more to avoid misjudgment. People have their own way of expressing their emotions. And lastly, do what is right. I adored Atticus for setting a role model for his kids and defending an innocent man, even if a lot of people are against his principles. First on my list is A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. It is his second novel following his best selling 2003 debut, The Kite Runner, which I also read and it's very insightful. The novel is a portrait of a wounded country and a story of family and friendship, of an unforgiving time, an unlikely bond, and uninstructible love. The story is centered on two women brought together by tragedy and fate during the turbulent last quarter of the 20th century in Afghanistan. This is a brilliant book, a page turner. It was written by Khaled Hosseini, one of my favorite authors. Others have their different styles of how they're writing the narrative. What I like about Khaled Hosseini's style is that he will make you wonder with the character. This is the reason why I became fascinated with war genre books. And if I'm going to say something about this book, I'm not being over exaggerated, but I believe this book will stay with me the rest of my life. The emotions, the words, the quotes, the pictures, the scenes that flashed in my mind when I read it a year ago stayed with me until now. I remember I was crying at 12 a.m. while reading this. This book really touched me in all possible way. It touched my soul, it changed my perspective, it changed how I see things, how I interact with people. This is really a worth read. Today's society, where being a woman is almost as equal as being a man, you will see women doing the work and providing for the family. With that being said, if a woman is capable of supporting the family, that means she should know when to leave if she's being abused. Abuse is never okay. Either it's emotional, physical abuse, abuse is never justified. This book is an eye opener about all the different cultures, nationalities, economic status of people. The novel taught me to be sympathetic toward ladies or anyone. We'll never know what's happening behind closed doors or behind their burqa. Behind someone's makeup, what struggles, what problems they're facing. We have to be kind to one another. It's easy said than done, I know, but if we will practice sympathy and empathy towards people and will show the young generations how to treat people well, we'll have a wonderful life ahead of us. Love unconditionally. It's love and sacrifice you offer freely. This is not a love story, okay? It's a tragedy. But the sacrifice Mariam did is made out of love. She simply loves them and want nothing more than their happiness.